information that I have. I'm sharing with you guys my opinions on these things, and I feel like I'm doing it in a fair way. Put that aside, I am changing nothing when it comes to this problem that is currently happening between the WNBA and the WNBPA. And I'm tired of the negativity surrounding all of these videos. So firstly, please let me know before we even jump into the latest update that we have with the CBA stuff. Let me know in the comments below if you're still even interested in this, because I'm starting to not be interested. I'm starting to want to mute these topics from my timeline because I want to be excited about what I'm covering. I want to watch sports to be entertained.
A massive inflatable rat loomed outside the NBA store, a familiar emblem of labor disputes, but this confrontation was anything but typical. Despite being presented with record-breaking contracts exceeding $1 million, WNBA players opted for a highly visible protest, leaving many onlookers perplexed. What might have been resolved through private negotiations instead unfolded as a public display, one that risked distancing the very fans fueling the league's rapid rise. While the message was clear, pay equity is not up for debate, the approach ignited swift criticism and prompted doubts about how realistic the players' demands truly were.
All in the name of preserving regressive provisions that no longer belong in women's basketball. Can I just say something about the inflatable rat thing? So I actually got a photo from it. One of you guys shared it with me. It's in New York. The rat here, and it says, "Tell Kathy Engelbert and Adam Silver to get the CBA done. Without the players, there is no WNBA. Pay equity is not optional. It is earned, it is deserved, it is overdue." I feel like the players have lost sense of reality a little bit, because imagine putting up a rat that a lot of unions do when it comes to like schools, construction companies, people that are making a lot.
Consider a scenario in which the maximum salary surges from $250,000 to over $1 million, and the average player earns roughly $500,000. Yet the response is a protest tactic typically reserved for battles over substandard wages. For many fans navigating an unforgiving economy, the gesture came across as disconnected and dismissive. The optics were undeniably damaging, portraying well-compensated athletes as perpetually dissatisfied and relentlessly demanding more. Such a strategy risks straining the essential relationship between the WNBA and the working-class supporters who ultimately form the backbone of the league's survival and growth.
But that's not the real world. The real world does not want to hear constantly about millionaires' problems. Now, I get that it's relative, right? I've been one who says that they deserve to be paid more. I've been saying this for 2 years, that the women deserve to be paid more. However, it's gotten to the point where it's so public, and all it sounds like is players constantly complaining that they deserve to get paid more, and they were offered over $1 million and they turned it down and they called it a slap in the face. Now they're putting a rat out and saying that it's still a slap in the face. You've lost sense of what the real world deals with, and what the real world deals with, those are your fans. Those are the people going to games. Those are the people who sometimes cannot.
The league's internal conflicts spilled into public view, transforming what should be a welcome escape into another source of frustration for fans. Sports are meant to offer relief from everyday financial stress, not amplify it with repeated complaints from athletes already earning seven figures. This sustained public pressure, particularly after turning down historic offers, has created an exhausting narrative. It risks eroding the goodwill built with a devoted fan base that simply wants to enjoy the game without constant controversy and salary disputes overshadowing the action on the court.
Interview with ESPN about this as well. They keep saying that the players are compromising, but the league isn't. But I would love for a reporter to ask on how the players have compromised, because from my understanding, the players say that they're compromising, but then they're also saying, like, we're not budging. Like, we know what we're worth and we're not budging. So to me, that doesn't seem like compromise. So I would actually, like, I'm not even trying to be facetious in saying this, like, I would actually like to know what they compromised on. Like, that would give me a better sense of what they're talking about, because at this point in time, the Players Association is losing me. They really are. And I've been one from the beginning. Like, from the beginning, I have been,
Players issued a public letter accusing the WNBA and its franchises of failing to properly value their contributions and ignoring their concerns, claiming the league was jeopardizing their financial security. They called for a sweeping overhaul of the collective bargaining agreement, including a pay model linked to a substantial share of overall revenue. However, this uncompromising stance seemed at odds with their professed willingness to negotiate, raising doubts about what compromises, if any, the players were actually prepared to make at the bargaining table.
Is a deal that significantly increases player salaries, enhances the overall player experience, and supports the long-term growth of the league for the current and future generations of players and fans. And that's it. That's it. And you can look at these side by side, and I tweeted this, you guys. It's one short paragraph to a long, scathing remark that they were ready to go. They had the rat out. The players are losing me. I will also say this when it comes to that rat thing and the protesters or whoever's standing out there, they're also calling out Adam Silver, and I don't like that. I truly don't like that because Adam Silver and the NBA has been supporting the WNBA from its existence. And so I do feel like that's a pretty big...
The contrast in communication could not have been clearer. Players released long, emotionally charged statements, while the WNBA responded with a brief, measured, and professional paragraph. The league calmly reiterated its commitment to significantly raising player pay, enhancing the overall player experience, and investing in sustainable long-term growth. That restraint only highlighted the aggressiveness of the players' public campaign, deepening skepticism about both their strategy and their willingness to negotiate in good faith.
Or Breanna Stewart most recently said that she hopes that they have a deal done by February 1st. Now, we talked about it in our last episode, how we don't even have the WNBA schedule yet. And something that has also been floated out by one of the WNBA reporters is we don't have the WNBA schedule, but these arenas need to know the WNBA schedule. And if they don't know the WNBA schedule, they are going to start renting out or outsourcing their arenas for different things. They're going to start booking other things. They are not going to wait around for the WNBA. So that's what I also said, you guys. They don't have that much time. It's so crazy. They're a short...
One of the more perplexing choices was the players' decision to single out Adam Silver, the widely respected NBA commissioner. Many interpreted this as a direct challenge to a leader whose organization has supported the WNBA since its inception. Silver is broadly credited with transforming the NBA into a global financial powerhouse, reflecting a deep understanding of business strategy and player value. Framing him, or the NBA, as deliberately underpaying women struck many observers as misguided and, to some, ungrateful.
The biggest driver of Unrivaled last season. She's not playing this season, and it dropped. You saw weekend one, their average viewership was 313,000 weekend one of Unrivaled in its inaugural season. And then weekend one of this season, it was less than 200,000 viewers. You better believe that the owners are looking at these numbers and being is this a bubble? Is this sustainable? Are there only certain players in this league that are going to drive viewership, drive attendance, and in turn drive revenue for us that we are able to pay the players? And again, the players are asking for a percentage of gross revenue